Hi everyone, Nicole here with Happy Nature, and today I'd like to share a practice that I've created called the ABCs of Emotional Integration. So it's a powerful practice that really helps to cultivate our natural state of being again, getting comfortable with it, and it also helps to process any unresolved emotions that may be present and to hold space for them. There's also some aspects that really help to regulate the nervous system. And today we're going to do it outside. I'm looking forward to doing a series of these practices with nature connection and my friends here, the trees. So doing a series, if people are interested, on tree sit and different ways of being and practices and exercises and things we can do to support our nervous systems, our health, our well-being, as well as our innate connection to our true nature and the nature around us. And so we're all learning and hearing of the power and the importance of nature, that we are nature. And so I'm looking forward to sharing some aspects that really cultivate our presence again, our sense of ease and peace and groundedness. And so let's just dive in. We'll just do some basics here, and if you're interested in diving deeper, let me know and I can always share a lot more. So the ABCs of emotional integration. So it's literally some of the natural things we need for our own self-care and our practice. And there's a lot of aspects and different things and beautiful tools out there to support nervous system regulation and how to feel and be with our emotions. And yet, when it comes down to it, it's really just coming home to what is and to cultivating our window of tolerance and our capacity to be with ourselves without distraction or getting lost or compensating in our thoughts and our mind. So our thoughts are a part of it, but they can be our allies as opposed to we're resisting and fighting against them. So ABCs. So very simple. There's a few aspects to the A's. So the first is to acknowledge. So we just simply want to acknowledge what is. And so then put our attention there, bring our awareness there. And with that, there's a beautiful alchemy that happens when we shine the light of our awareness on what we're feeling and what we're aware of. We can also bring awareness to our environment. And so sometimes it's not even comfortable to close our eyes and be with what we feel. It feels too much or too overwhelming. So we can open up. And that's where the power of nature can come in, is to just orient to our environment and see where your attention is naturally drawn. Use your body, move your head from side to side, and see where your body is drawn to and bringing your awareness there, and that can bring the alchemy. And then there's many more A's, I'm sure, but this is already plenty. But the final and most important A is acceptance. So in my master's program, they talked about acceptance being the master tool, the master key. And it really is. Without acceptance, we're still holding on to resistance. And so sometimes it's just being honest that we can't accept maybe what we're feeling or experiencing. But that is the start. We just need a willingness. But when we can, to accept and acknowledge that I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling afraid, or uncertain, or frustrated, or any of the many things, embarrassed, shamed, just to simply acknowledge, and even the willingness to accept starts to open things up and soften the resistance so that we can start to open and allow who we really are to come forth, as opposed to a lot of the protections and compensating, people pleasing, and all the other aspects that we can run on. And so those are the A's. And then the B's can be many things. It can be bold, but some of the foundational ones are simply just coming in and being present to the body as much as you can. And so a few things to help with that, if sometimes it's hard to just even feel what's present. So touch is one of the most powerful supports and regulators for our body. Our bodies love it. It'll soak it up. Every once in a while it can feel uncomfortable depending on our relationship with touch. So just honor what feels best for you and explore. We're on this adventure within ourselves to trek our own inner landscape, so to speak. And so to find what feels good to you. For me and many clients or different people that I work with, sometimes we need to start with just calming the mind. And so I'll hold on to the back of my occiput, back of my neck, and just give it some gentle squeezes with some love, and then holding on to my forehead and close my eyes and just let myself rest and settle, almost like letting my mind know it's okay. And sometimes I can even just feel it just sinking down into my belly. And that's kind of what we want. It's to move from here to here and here. So to touch the certain aspects of the body that may be holding, we may not even realize we're holding. Some other nice things is just to hold the heart. And there's different ways to do that. If a palm feels nurturing, for some it's fingers to the chest. Sometimes I like to just gentle pressure and then lift up just slightly. And then just notice what that does. That can actually ground and drop the energy even more and settle the heart a bit. And then from here, another B is to breathe. And so we can bring our breath in to wherever we're touching, wherever we're feeling. And so we're allowing the breath to support us. And so the breath is our life force. There's so many aspects. We get to share a beautiful sacred reciprocity and exchange with the trees. And so you can have the tree help you breathe. It's kind of magical doing this work with trees. And so, but that's for another video. And so simply just letting yourself breathe. And then the final B I'd share with you is to just let yourself be. Give yourself permission to be with whatever is here, however you feel, in whatever way feels best. How often do we give ourselves permission, even if it's for 1 minute or a few seconds, let alone, if we can do this work for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Science and research is showing that really has a powerful effect on our brain waves and our nervous system regulation, our body and health, and the entire chemistry and biology that we're experiencing. So, but work your way up, and some days we can maybe do more than others. But to let yourself breathe, to let yourself just be, and without condition. So this is a process where we're holding space with as much unconditional presence and unconditional love as we can be willing to open to. And that is a radical act in itself, to give ourselves permission to even explore what that's like. So simply just let yourself be. And you can even say, I'm going to practice letting myself be. And you'll notice the mind with judgments or certain aspects, and let that be too. But bringing your focus back to where we're going to come to the C's, to as much compassion and care as you can, as unconditionally as you can, no matter what your experience. So not try and get yourself to a certain place, because that often actually pushes that away. The irony is when we accept, we let ourselves be, the resistance drops, and how we're wanting to feel maybe a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more free, alive, relaxed, kind and compassionate to ourselves and those around us can just naturally come online, because this is our true nature. We are, believe it or not, even with everything going on in the world, we have an innate care and compassion and love that's wanting to unfold when it feels safe. And so the C's are care and compassion, and a big one is courage. So the courage to step into a space within yourself without distraction, even if it's for 1 minute, and then work your way on up. And ideally it's about 10, 15, 20 minutes. But the more we can give ourselves this, the more powerful it can be. So the courage to care, to choose care. And even if feeling it or feeling compassion, it's the courage to just even say the word or decide choose compassion. So another C is choice. We always have a choice, no matter what we're feeling, of where we want to put our attention on, and where we put our attention grows. And so if we can put our attention and choose things that can bring a little bit of ease and kindness and care and rest for a few moments, it's very powerful. It circles back to that alchemy and to the beingness that is fundamental. So all of these there's a synergy between the A, B's, and C's that really work their magic within us and within our lives. And I wish I could say do this practice once and you're enlightened and all happy and fine. But this is a live into. This is a practice that you can do when you're happy and feeling amazing, to do the ABCs. So, to bring your attention and aware and acknowledge and accept all those aspects and just be with it and breathe and deepen it inside the body with compassion and care. And then you can do this practice when you're feeling horrible or off center or frustrated or confused, any of that. This is a very powerful centering and grounding process. And there's a lot of different aspects and different tools that we can bring in to add to this, but these are the fundamentals. And so to use this anytime during the day, the biggest radical act is to stop, especially when we're busy and we have a to-do list and we're going a million miles an hour. To stop and slow. We're realizing that slow is a new fast. And so there's a quote that slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And so we've been sold a bill of goods that we have to rush and go, 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 go. But what are we really accomplishing? And what are we sacrificing and losing in the process? So with this, just simply allowing yourself to be. And I encourage you to just explore on your own what works. I would love to hear what your experiences are, what works, any questions. You'll hit challenges and different things, and then you'll also hit a lot of grace. And just giving yourself permission. There's nothing outside you need but just you. And we need to be reminded that we are all that we need. We are enough. So simply just give yourself permission and the courage to play a little bit with this, however uncomfortable at times. And if you can commit for this practice as often as you can, the magic will unfold for you. And that magic is you and the life around you. It really can be, it's so simple, but this is as I said, a fundamental and a foundational way of being with ourselves. And I highly recommend when you're able to spend the time out in nature, because the time in nature will work wonders and things that we can't receive when we're in a closed setting. So this is coming back home, literally, to who we are and letting life and the nature around us support us. And you can notice what parts feel comfortable or what parts feel, scary or vulnerable, and then really, bringing this practice alive with that. So I just wish you so much love, and I wish you well, and just the glory of who you are, and the happy nature that is inside all of us, that is unconditional and just pure, without a lot of the other things that we've been kind of told that we need. And so just trusting yourself and enjoy, and we'll see you next time. Bye.